The teenager who reignited racial divides across the U.S. was laid to rest today. Michael Brown, an 18-year-old African-American, was shot dead by a white police officer more than 2 weeks ago. His death sparked outrage. But now what? Paul Johnson reports.
An overflow crowd of nearly 5,000 at the massive Friendly Temple Missionary Church in St. Louis today. Among them, some of America's best-known black activists and celebrities.
He said, "I'm going to shake the world." And I promise you that he has.
While this was the funeral for a single young man, it was also a moment around which the country's unresolved debate about racial justice currently revolves.
Michael Brown's blood is crying from the ground, crying for vengeance, crying for justice.
The August 9th killing of Michael Brown by police officer Darren Wilson unleashed a weeks-long spasm of violence, anger, and fear. Reached from the previously little-known St. Louis suburb of Ferguson all the way to the White House. The methods of the local police and the demonstrators who challenged them reminded the world that as far as race relations have come in the United States, they are far from settled.
He wants to be remembered as the one that made America deal with how we gonna police in the United States.
But just how much change can come from this tragedy? The next chapter in this story will be written by the men and women on the grand jury who will decide if Officer Wilson's use of deadly force was legal. That decision will not take into account the racial components that fueled this crisis. Today, though, the sight of a St. Louis Cardinals ball cap atop a closed casket and the sight of a mother's grief are a reminder that whatever this means for history, it's also the story of one family's loss.
I don't think the families had time to grieve. Way after the people have gone and the flowers have been blown away, they will begin to come to grip with the fact that their son is not coming home again.
Paul Johnson, Global News, Washington.